Time now to take a look at this afternoon's market numbers. At noon, the markets are all down. The Dow was down 113 points. The Nasdaq was in the red, down 195 points, and the S&P 500 was in negative territory, down to 36 points. President Trump is again challenging this nation's top health officials. Trump says Robert Redfield, the head of CDC, was wrong when he told lawmakers yesterday that a vaccine won't be widely available until next year. The president also suggesting that Redfield misspoke when he said wearing a mask is right now the most effective way to fight the virus. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest from the nation's capital.
This morning, President Trump contradicting CDC Director Robert Redfield as the coronavirus becomes more politicized ahead of the November elections. While testifying under oath, Redfield told lawmakers not to expect mass distribution of a vaccine to the general public until next spring.
If you're asking me when is it going to be generally available to the American public so we can begin to take advantage of vaccine to get back to our regular life, I think we're probably looking at late second quarter, third quarter, 2021.
Hours later, the president publicly refuting Redfield, claiming the head of the CDC is wrong, saying the government can start giving a vaccine as early as October.
I don't think when he said it, I believe he was confused.
During his testimony, Redfield also emphasized the importance of wearing a mask.
Face masks, these face masks are the most important, powerful public health tool we have.
The president continuing his mixed messages, disputing Redfield on that subject as well.
Number one, is not more effective by any means than a vaccine. If you ask him, he would probably say that he didn't understand the question.
And at the president's briefing last night, more confusion. The CDC sending a statement to ABC News on both masks and Redfield's comments on a vaccine timeline, saying that without a vaccine, the best defense we currently have against the virus are the important mitigation efforts of wearing a mask, washing your hands, and social distancing. Joe Biden, meanwhile, critical of the president, accusing Trump of playing politics with people's lives.
So let me be clear. I trust vaccines. I trust scientists, but I don't trust Donald Trump.
Now, one thing does appear to remain constant from the CDC. Robert Redfield reiterating that when there is a vaccine, it'll first be made available to high-risk groups, and most Americans will have to wait. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
Hurricane Sally, the storm now turning deadly, and it's not over. Millions of people from Alabama to the Carolinas are now on alert for dangerous flooding. Areas around Atlanta could see 8 inches of rain. 2 feet of rain fell in Pensacola, Florida. More than 500,000 power outages are reported as the region begins to pick up the pieces. ABC's Kenneth Moden has the story.
Overnight Sally turning deadly. At least one person found dead after the powerful storm swept through the Gulf Coast, leaving a trail of destruction.
I mean, just look at the sheer damage of this building. A whole second half ripped to the ground.
Docks turned into driftwood. Trees and power lines snapped like twigs. Winds topped 100 miles per hour, shearing off the steeple of this church.
Evacuations could literally be in the thousands. So it's going to be a long time, folks, for us to come out of this thing.
Officials throughout the region raced to help hundreds of people stranded by the rising floodwaters.
We're in chest deep water.
We just did not expect that. I think a lot of people didn't realize what this hurricane was going to do.
The rain was pouring through the cracks of the doors, but at a point it was just flowing in.
ABC's senior meteorologist Rob Marciano was in Florida as Sally made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane.
The wind has just been relentless here in downtown Pensacola. This is Main Street, and it's just nuking Whitecaps with this storm surge. Debris, traffic lights littering this street.
From Pensacola to Panama City, dozens of roads washed out. One car even swept away when the road collapsed beneath it. And a huge section of a major bridge swept away after a construction barge slammed into it. In Alabama, counties under curfew overnight as officials try to assess the damage. Buildings along the coast stripped bare. Marinas and docks now in shambles, while boats are beached hundreds of feet from the water. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
Coming up on Jet 24 Action News at noon, we'll tell you the latest on what's happening in Hollywood. Stay with us.